So, Woman After All. This book, I could say, at first I thought it was humorous because I thought he was joking, but as the book went on, he stated some pretty good facts, or not facts, but good claims, I could say. And this book is different from I don't want to say it's different because it's like all the other books I read, but it's like feminist type of book. And Melvin, he wrote this simply because he knew, like, okay, if a woman writes it, then it'll be seen as biased. But if a man writes it, you know, they'll take it more seriously. And I haven't read a feminist book yet, so I wouldn't know if I were to take it actually seriously or not. But this one, it kind of, now that I think about it, wasn't really a feminist book because I mean, like what he was talking about is that women should be more in charge. But then it's like all the statistics show that women are being more in charge already, like from the past 50 years. So that's kind of, I don't want to say confusing, but like women are already on the path to become better. And we're going to talk about all of that right now. So we can answer this question just right off the bat. Why should women be in charge? And he answered this question as women should be in charge because the more education a woman has, the more money a woman has, the less likely the kids are to be in poverty. Because 85% of single parents are women. And, you know, a good percent of them are in poverty. Like they're making below the, what is it, poverty wage line? I don't know what it's called, honestly. I forgot about that. But a lot of women are basically in poverty simply because they don't have the means to get out of poverty. But then, like, wow, if we give women education, there'll be less poverty, which it could help the world. It sounds like a good plan in all honesty, simply because, the more rich a person is, the less kids they're likely to have. I don't know how true that statement is, but hey, that's what he said. So we're gonna go with it for this video. So, if more rich women have less kids, then the population will go down. That's a phenomenal thing. Now, I could say, like from my point of view, population won't affect me pretty much when I'm dying. Even if I die 100 years from now, population won't affect me. So I could say I don't care, but honestly, yeah, I'm correct. It pretty much doesn't matter to me. So it's good for the world though. So like, and as an overall view, like if I take my subjective opinion out of this and just go objective, lower population, that's better for the world. Because with the Green Revolution, yes, we have a lot of food, but it can run out. So that's one reason why women should basically be in charge. And we're gonna talk about the evolution aspect of this now. And this is kind of what was funny. Like at the beginning when he tried to explain it, but he didn't explain it fully. So he said that all of the Homo sapiens on Earth used to be women, no men. At the beginning, there was only women, and they were all asexual, meaning they could reproduce on their own. And then he went on to say, because of germs. Oh, because of germs, everyone has the same genetics, so if one germ comes, it'll kill everybody. And I'm pretty much surprised Homo sapiens was still alive after that. Because if all it took was one germ, and for a germ to evolve, he said it takes 5 years for them to basically crack any code. So, if it takes 5 years, how are Homo sapiens still alive? Because I'm pretty sure humans didn't evolve in 5 years of a germ. So I would say that's kind of the only fallacy is like, how have we survived this long then? But, he said that women used to be pretty much the only gender. And that men, they came along again because of the germs, so we evolved. And they came out with the Y chromosome, which he said looks small and weakly. So I guess that's his defense to why the Y chromosome is bad. And all this other stuff about men. Oh, men rape, men are corrupt, men commit the most crimes. I would say that's normal feminist stuff. testosterone is bad, makes people angry. Oh, all that stuff. I would say it's true, but that's only because men are like that. Simply because they're like that. It doesn't mean they're bad people. Because we know it's not that they're bad. It's just the circumstance and how they grew up. Like usually the father, again, ties in back to this book. The father, he makes like sure the woman doesn't do anything. Oh, you can't go out, can't go out. But the boy, go out, go out. So again, it's just the circumstance and how they grew up. Like if it was like a tomboy, yeah, she might be going to prison too. So that's like, I don't want to say to break his claim, but it's just a circumstance, bro. But I mean, and we've learned that. If you read the 30 million words, or if you've seen 30 million words, so you will just. This book is, I will say, it's definitely interesting. Yeah, I will say you see Jared Diamond. Whether you're a man or a woman, you'll find his conclusions gripping. It wasn't gripping. Okay, that was a lie. Jared Diamond, he lied, but it was definitely interesting. I could tell you that. And I would say, I don't want to recommend that you read it, but because I only recommend good books, and How to Read a Book is a good book, but it wasn't a bad book. And I want to talk about one more thing, and that's bonobos. Bonobos, however you pronounce it. And those are the animals that are most closely linked to humans. And they're like so social, so friendly, so loving. Like they have a hard time feeling anger. I would say that's kind of what I'm like. And I just thought, I want to start acting like a bonobo. Like again, I pretty much already mentioned what they do. And they're pretty much like cool animals. They just love each other. And their brain is like, just, it's like that. It's like just for loving and for being cool. So bonobos, we're pretty much 98% of them, or they're 98% of us, whichever way you look at it. But them and chimps, those are our closest relatives, people say. But bonobos are definitely, or maybe it's chimps. Who knows? It depends. Like it all depends on your opinion. I would say we're most like bonobos. For other factors that I don't want to get into right now, but this book, it was definitely interesting. I could say that. So this was Woman After All.